So today I'm going to show how to assemble and paint a few ornaments. These are some brand new ones for 2024. And I thought I would make some reindeer and some snowflakes, and then some of these drop ornaments that kind of resemble some mistletoe, but have a little bit of different elements on them. So I went ahead and painted these ones just to show you what the finished product looks like. So I'm just going to go ahead and take them apart so you can see how easily they go together. So this is one of the ones I did already. So this just comes off, and then their little piece of holly goes right on top, and then this whole piece comes right off, and it goes right on top of the snowflake. So, and you can mix and match the florals on whatever snowflake you want. There's 3 different snowflakes, and you can mix and match those florals. So it's really up to you how you want to assemble these. So that's all there really is. I just painted the berries red, and then I just painted the greens, just different shades of green. So that's all I did. Easy peasy, didn't take long at all. So that's one. I did another one. I'll show you how this one assembles. So this one is a different kind. This one has little mistletoe over here. I put little mistletoe berries. I just painted those white. You can probably make them red or whatever color you want to do them. I just thought for the traditional mistletoe berries, I did them white. I just put this little berry on top for the holly. This isn't glued yet, but the paint kind of just makes it stick. So these little pieces here, they just go right on top. So I just went ahead and painted that. So I'm just going to take this whole thing right off. That's not painted yet, or not glued yet. It's just, it is just stuck on there from the paint. So I'm going to take that right off, and then you can choose which snowflake you want. So I chose this one, and I'm going to put that right on top, and then I'll glue it. So you go ahead and put that right on there. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to paint, how I painted that. So there's this one. And I'm going to just go ahead and set this right down. And then I'm going to also show you how to assemble these little mistletoe ones. And let's just set these over to the side for now. You can assemble these however you want. It's really up to you how you want to put these together. That's really your choice. So I'll show you how I did these in just a little bit. And then I also have these cute little reindeer too that I did. So, and then I just glued a little bow on here, and I just dry brushed this whole thing. It's really nothing exciting. I've done a lot of dry brushing videos, so I didn't want to show you how to paint these ones since I've done so many dry brushing videos. And I'm also going to be doing dry brushing on this. So it's just brown paint, black paint, and like it's called, I think it's milk jug. Yep, it's milk jug for the antlers. And I just took some black paint and just kind of dry brushed over that. And then I used the milk jug over this. It's Java from Folk Art. That's Java. That's what I used on this one. And then it's just the black chalk paint. And then I just used the milk jug and just dry brushed over the whole thing. So that's really all there is to doing these ones. So I'll show you how these go together. These are pretty simple. You just put the little spindles on top. I just dry brushed those. I got these little bows on Amazon. You can get like a 50 pack of those. They come in all different kinds. Here's the bag of them. You can get all different pre-made bows. So they come with red and black and white, and they also come with the natural color. So that's where I got the bows. They already come all pre-tied and everything. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just stick that on there. And there's our little antlers. It's pretty easy peasy. These really don't take long at all to make. So that's the little reindeer. It's kind of like a little steampunk type reindeer. So then the same thing with this guy. Do the same thing again. So there's our little bow. I'm gonna glue that on. And there's his little spindle legs. I just dry brushed the edges. That's how it created that cool like spindle look. It kind of brings out the details in the spindles. And there we go. And you only just have to paint the little circle at the top. You don't have to paint everything underneath. There we go. That's it. And that's all we do for those. So now I'm going to get to painting this snowflake. I'm going to take all of this apart. This one's the most complicated one because it has the most parts. So that's why I saved this one for the tutorial. So this one has some little parts here. It has a little mistletoe and it comes off here. So it just make sure that you put this on correctly. So you have and use the correct piece of holly. So it does go on here just like that. And these pieces butt right up against it. So you can see that they just fit perfectly right on there. So when you put these together, make sure that you put it on correctly because they butt right up against there. So there we go. So they just kind of fit perfectly up against there. All right, I'm just gonna take this off. I'm gonna make sure that I keep this just like that. And then this is all just one piece and you can paint it however you want. And then this is the snowflake I chose for that one. Like I said, you can choose any snowflake for these. You can mix and match. That's why I didn't weld the pieces on here, so that way you can decide how you want to create these. So it's really up to you. So I'm going to go ahead and use some white chalk paint. This is just Craft Smart. I got this at Michael's, just white chalk paint. Nothing exciting. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my brush. And how I like to do this for my white paint on here is I kind of like to just dab it on. Gives it some nice texture. And I'm not going to do anything else to my white. I'm not going to do any dry brushing for this. I'm just going to leave it as is. You can if you want to add some cool details, put a little bit of sparkle on it. That's up to you, however you want to do it. I'm going to go with a more farmhouse style. I'm going to zoom this in so you can see this a little better. There we go. There we are. So I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of dab it, almost like you're stenciling, like if you used to do stenciling back in the day. I apologize, I'm shaking it. I'm shaking the camera probably. There we go. And I'm just dabbing it right on there. And I'm being pretty generous with the paint. I like to really lay it on pretty thick, and I want that texture. I like the texture. That's why I like to use chalk paint. It creates a really cool vibe. I like that texture you get. So there we go, and it covers really nicely. So I'm not even going to go back and add any more coats to this. I think it's covered pretty well. I like that chunky look. It just reminds me of like something you'd find in the old days. That old antique style. There we go. All right. So I'm gonna let that dry. I'm gonna set this over here and we'll come back to that. So now I have my piece, and I didn't want like lots and lots of pieces for this just because I didn't want too much assembly involved with putting this together. So I have some dark green paint. You can use, this is just more chalk paint. You can use whatever kind of paint, but I just like the dark green because I'm going to use a lighter green on this one over here for your holly, so it really pops, because that's what I did over here. I used the darker green in the background and then that light green, and I'm going to dry brush it so you can really see it pop. So I'm going to just go through here, add that darker green through here. And you can just do it how you like. It's really how you want this. It doesn't have to be like mine. I'm just giving you an idea of how you want to do it. It's really up to you though. I'm just gonna kind of slap it on there. There we go. And I'm gonna put a little bit over here for my little pine needles. There we go. Do the same thing over here, and I am going to go back and I'm going to add some other detailing to it. I do like this dark green. There we go. And I'm going to do this really dark over here, these big leaves. Definitely recommend using MDF on this. I feel like with wood, it may char and break really easily. Some of these pieces are pretty fine. I did add a lot of offsets to this, but I was afraid you would lose that fine detail in the leaves and stuff. So I didn't want to add too many offsets to this. So they are pretty intricate. So I just don't recommend using wood on this. So MDF is definitely the choice material for this because MDF doesn't break as easily as wood. So definitely make sure you're using a really strong material for this. So, or a really high-end wood that doesn't break as easily. Wood just tends to char on these little small pieces. I just was afraid of losing that nice intricate design. Like it's kind of thick and then you can't see the pretty little details. There we go. All right, and you see I didn't paint these yet because these are gonna be the berries and I wanna make sure those are red. There we go. All right, I'm gonna come back. Actually, I probably didn't need to paint these because I'm gonna be covering these up. So you don't actually have to add these pieces if you don't want to. It's just an extra extra piece if you wanted to. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab some red. I always like to just paint it anyways, just because in case they show, I always worry that the MDF is gonna show underneath. So I'm just gonna go ahead and grab some of my red paint. And this is just red chalk paint, nothing exciting. It's just the red folk art paint. And you can get that at like Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, wherever, whatever store you like the best, where you get your supplies. So this is just some little berries here coming off to the side. Get those little stems. There we go. Add some pretty red detailing in there. Like a little bit of pop of color in there. And then we also have these little berries over here, don't forget. Grab some more red. Just grab a little brush here and I just grab just the little circles here. There we are. And you don't have to be too perfect. I mean, you can see I'm just working pretty quickly and it's not too bad. All right, we got some of these over here too. And like you can see, these are pretty intricate. So you just want to make sure that you use MDF on this because I feel like wood, these will break really easily. But once you glue it onto your snowflake, they'll be secure. All right, it looks like we have a little berry right here too. So I'm gonna just grab that. There we are. And I think we are all set with our red. So I'm just gonna set this over here. I'm gonna grab a lighter green. Grab my brush. And I'm just grabbing this nice light green here. And I'm going to paint my holly sprig. There we go. There we go, and that's just a lighter shade. That's really however you want to do this. Okay, that's all there is there. Oh, I almost forgot this guy. I almost forgot this little guy. This is gonna go right on top of your holly sprig. I just thought this was cute. I thought like this would look kind of fun on top. Change it up. Instead of just those 3 berries all the time, why not make it a little bunch of berries? There we go. Okay. There it is. Now you don't have to add these if you don't want to. It would still look nice either way with that, but we can go ahead and paint those. I think I'll do this lighter shade, and then what I'll do is I will add some darkness through there. So I'm just going to use that same shade we used on the holly, and then what I'll do is I will add some of the dark shade through there. This is just in case you want to have different colors and you are afraid like some pieces are gonna be too close together, and you're afraid of like maybe my paint skills aren't that great. So if you are worried about that, then you can use these extra pieces to separate it if you're worried about having your pieces touch or whatnot. So if you want to do them all different colors. So then I also have another lighter shade of green that I pulled out. It's kind of like a mint green. So I'm just going to tap off, and I'm just going to dry brush here along the edges, and I'm just going to pull towards the middle with that mint green so it pops that right off the top, so you can see that, so it really shows really nicely. So there we go. Oops, flung it. I'm gonna grab some more of that mint green. I want to tap off so I don't have too much. There we go. I'm gonna grab a little bit more. There we go. And I'm gonna do that same thing over here. And when you go to set this on top, you can see how much that really pops. You can really see how that pops. It looks great. Okay, and we can do the same thing with these pieces. We can see how they go when we put this right up against here. So I definitely want to make sure I do these in a significantly different color so it really pops. So, and I think it looks kind of good without adding these. So that's up to you if you want to add those or not. That's really your option. So you know what? I think I want to leave them off. So you know what? I'm kind of happy without those pieces. So I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of use that mint color. And I think I'm just going to go through here and just dry brush and just add some pops of color through here. There we go. And a little bit through here. And I think that's really all you need for this. And then we put this right back on top. I think that looks great the way it is. I think I'm not going to add those, but that's really up to you. That's optional. So you can see with or without. So if that's if you want to add those or not. I think I like it better without it. So your choice. I'm going to add that little piece on top, and that's all there is. And then when I'm going to come back, I have my snowflake here. I'm going to pick this up, move it out of the way. Here's my snowflake, and I'm going to set this right on top, and that's all there is. Easy peasy. These are really fun to make. And you can add a bow or a hook, whatever you want to do. You can add some sparkle to it. It's really however you want to do this. So that's really all there is to making these snowflake ornaments. They're very, very easy, very simple. So there's that. You can even add like a little bit of white on the little berries. It's really your choice. So I'm gonna move these off to the side. These are all finished. I'm gonna glue them later, and I'm gonna come back and I'm going to show you how to do these little drop ornaments. So there's one. I have it all put together here. I'm gonna move this other snowflake out. Okay, pick up these pieces. I'm really happy without those. I'm gonna not add those. I think they look fun without it. Okay, so as you can see here, these ones I already painted. So all you have to do, I put this one together already, but this is not glued. I'm just gonna show you. You can put these together however you want. You can put the pieces wherever you want. This piece here has a snowflake, and this just goes right on top. You can put these pieces really wherever you want. So you can put it up here. I did arrange them on the file where they kind of go. I put them right alongside. So I have this piece and I have all the pieces alongside, so you know which pieces go with which one. But you really don't have to follow that as a suggestion. I kind of just once I cut it, I kind of just started putting in pieces wherever I wanted to. So it's really your choice where you want these pieces. So feel free to have fun with how you put these together. So I put this little piece up here. You can move this down a little bit if you wanted. I put this little red piece over here. This isn't glued yet, but you can see these little snowflakes go right over here. Like you can put these wherever. Like you can even leave them off if you don't want. Like if you want to just say forget it and just put these pieces right on top, that's your choice too. So it's really however you want to make these. I'm just showing you different options. And then there's little pieces here. But however you want to do it, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to paint this one. So I'm going to move this one out of the way so you can see. Okay, so here's all my little pieces. I have all these little berries. I'm going to take them all off. And then I have my little snowflakes. I'm going to move these. More of these little berries. So this is the biggest one. So I'm just going to set these over to the side. I'm going to paint this big long piece. I'm going to get my dark green out again. Just dark green chalk paint. I'm using the darkest green for the back. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that paint on. And you can see these really don't take long at all. I think I spent maybe 10 minutes on the other ones I did. They're really not, they don't take long. I'm just gabbing, so I can work through this pretty fast if I'm not talking. All right, so easy peasy, just put that coat on there. I like to put a little, like a second coat just to be on the safe side. There we go. I'm just gonna move it over here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the lighter green on these extra leaves. So I'm gonna grab that lighter shade of green and paint these. There we go. And when you're doing all three, you can paint these all at once, so you don't have to do them one at a time like I did. But I wanted to have the other ones painted so I could show the finished product. There we go. Grab some more paint. There we are. And this is just chalk paint. Nothing exciting. There we are. I'll make sure I got enough paint on there. Okay, that's all I'm gonna do for that, and let that dry for a second. I'm gonna come back and give this a little bit more of the dark green while it's drying. Oops. Here we are. Here we go. Okay. I really like the dark green in the background. You don't have to do these in green either. You can do them in like gold or silver. It's really how you want to make these. They can really pop on your Christmas tree if you do them in like gold or silver. They look really cool. Okay. I'm not really sure where I was going with these when I made them, but I thought they would look really cool. All right, so I'm going to get my red paint again. I'm going to do these little berries. I'm just going to go ahead and just grab these and just tap some paint on them. And I like to like kind of pop them on the paper towel so I don't have too much paint on them. If I get too much paint, I just kind of put them on the paper towel if I have too much on there. And just kind of pop them off there. There we go. All right. And these only take a few seconds to paint. There we are. That one didn't have too much paint on it. And the last one. Easy peasy. All right, so we got those. And then we just have to paint the snowflakes. I'm gonna grab my white chalk paint again. And I'm just gonna go ahead and dab that white chalk paint on. Grab some more for the next one. I think I put a little bit too much paint on that one. So I'm gonna have to dab that off. There we go. Get that paint off get some of that paint off. Definitely recommend using MDF on these because these snowflakes are pretty intricate. The design gets pretty intricate. I'm gonna try to get some of this paint off. I put too much on there. So I'm just gonna wipe a little bit of that off, get in those holes so I don't have too much paint in there. And you can even take a dry brush and take some of that, get some of that paint out of there. There we go. There we go. Easy peasy. Okay, so if you ever put too much paint on, just take a dry brush and work it off. Okay. All right, let's put some more paint on this one. And that's pretty much it. So now we're ready to assemble. This one's still a little bit wet, but okay. But I can show you, kind of get the idea of how these go together. So you can put this however you want. You can put it like maybe like over here. And then you got to match up your snowflake. So we'll put that one right there. Ah, still sticking to me. And then we can put this one like maybe right here. On the back of it. There we go. Right there. Make sure it lines up. Might move it down a little bit. And then we have this little guy we can put towards the bottom. Okay. I actually might dry brush these before. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to dry brush these too. I'm going to take these off and dry brush them. So I'm going to use that mint color again. I'm going to grab my green, and I'm going to grab, actually, where's that green? I'm going to grab the mint green. I'm going to just tap that mint green off. I'm going to just put it along the edges. Sorry about that. Neighbor just got himself a dirt bike and goes up and down my street a lot. There we go. There we are. Such a nice day. I'm just out in my garage painting. There we are. And do the same thing with this one. Just dry brush that right on there. And just kind of grab a little bit more. Oh, didn't grab enough. And just kind of tap it along the edges. There we go. Got a little bit too much there. There we go. So there we got some dry brushing along the edges there. All right. Now we can put it together. I like a little bit of the dry brushing there. It really pops. There we are. And we'll put that here. Stick it right there. So it's how you want to put it together. And we can take these little red pieces and stick them on. And then we got this one here. There we are. And my neighbor's coming back around again with his dirt bike. Wonderful. There we go. It's sticking to my fingers. And here we are here. And we'll put this one on. And you can even take these little pieces and put them on top of the leaves if you want. You can even put them like here if you wanted to. And maybe I'll put one towards the bottom. You can even put one towards the bottom. Wherever you want to put them. So it's really up to you how you want to finish this. So that's all there is. And I just noticed that lighting is not very good in here. It's very dark. So let me try to move this up so you can see this. Actually, I'll just try to zoom in. I'll zoom in so you can see this a little better. You can see all the colors that were used. So I'll try to get that light on so you can see this a little better. Just realized that the light turned off. It kicked off in the daylight. It looks really sharp, but on camera it looks like it's not so good here. But that's all there is to this, and that's all we have to do. So I hope you like the new ornaments, and I'll keep working on new ones. All right. I hope you guys have a happy Saturday. All right. Bye.